You're watching All Stars Base, Best African Entertainment. Stay there, go nowhere. Hi guys, welcome to All Stars Base. I'm your girl Ella Petit, the Aquarius Princess, and another beautiful day. Oh my God, man, heat don't kill me here. But regardless, that does not mean that the show will not kickstart and we're not going to run with the heat. You know, when London is hot, you feel it. I am feeling it very well. If you're not feeling it, I'm just sorry for you. I'm feeling it. All right, I have two amazing guests today, one in the studio and one outside the studio. The person outside the studio is in the moon, but in our studio. Somehow, there's magic happening. So the first guest in the studio is my beautiful London-based promoter. She's very young. I call her 16 years old girl, even though she's not 16. But let her just take that quality. You understand what I mean now? It's an amazing girl. Tonight, is it night? Regardless, you understand what I mean. Her name is Christina Balogun.
Yay.
I throw a salute. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Amazing. My second guest is a usual face. She's one of the best. Well, let me use best, because if you don't praise this girl very well, you're underestimating your own self. She's very good in hyping herself. When I mean hyping, she can sing song very well. Her tone of, if you're a singer, you know what I mean, you go high pitch. She can go like that. I can always salute to you, Baba Licious. Baba, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
This evening. How are you, Baba?
I'm great, thank you very much, Ella.
Thank you for coming or joining me on the show today. We're going to have an amazing evening or afternoon. Stay there, go nowhere. Let me throw the first question to my guests in the studio. All right, first of all, before I go into that, can you tell me what you do quickly?
Okay, so I'm into promoting events, promoting artists, A&R, PR jobs within the UK, you know, London-based. And I blog. I have an Instagram page, which is Christiana_Balogun. I also have a playlist page, which is Afrolit Playlist. That's where all the trending songs, you know, in the UK. If you love Afrobeats, that's where you would go to you know, just get some new fresh sounds, you know. And I also use that page to promote new and upcoming artists. And yeah, that's basically what I do.
Amazing. It's very fascinating to see a young girl of your age actually aspiring for greater ends, like you're pushing to the highest limit. I know you guys can never guess that age, but let's leave it at that for now. Baba Licious Baba, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself as well in a brief summary, please?
Okay, so basically I'm a minister of the word and in song as well. I've got 3 beautiful children and I'm happily married for about 13 years now. And I also do a bit of mentoring and coaching.
Hey, my God, this topic suits you very well. If you've been married for 13 years, man, the kind of thing we'll be hearing from you is going to be very fascinating. All right, let's dig into the topic then. The first question I want to throw out there is, everybody's welcome to put in their own comment, okay? Or let us know what you think. If you're watching us from Instagram or Facebook, wherever you're watching us from, do not hesitate to put your own comments down, okay? So the first question is, should a woman engage a man?
Wow.
Oh,
Should a
wow.
woman engage a man? Because I've seen, or I've watched some movies, or I've watched some clips, I've watched some people kneeling down on the knee and engaging a man. Should a woman go on their knee and ask a man to marry her?
Personally, I wouldn't.
All right. So why not?
um. Wow. Okay. I just feel like it's like for me it's like when a guy, yeah, when you engage a man, you know the Bible says like the man is supposed to love us more, which we should. I just can't see myself doing that. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't really put it into words, but I feel like it's a you know,
It's a job of a man
it's a
to
job to do, yeah,
propose
to
a
propose
woman.
to the woman, because the man is telling you that he wants you.
Okay, not
Do you
the
get
other
what I
way
mean?
around.
Not the
All right,
other
Baba.
way
So,
around. I
what do
don't
you
know.
think about that?
I'm
What
weird.
is your intake to that?
Well, you know my intake, Ella. I keep saying that it's the man that has to ask a woman to
Yeah.
marry him, not a woman asking. Because you know there's an order. There's always a head, and then there's somebody else that there's another unit. Let's put it that way. Because you can't have all two captains in one boat,
Yeah.
okay? And the man is obviously the head. You understand? So a
Okay.
man participates and asks a woman to marry him, not the other way around. So I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. And don't you think like it's sort of I'm not being
You need to speak
funny.
out so we can hear you
Okay.
clearly.
I'm not being like trying to, but don't you think like it's a bit devaluing? Like
You devalue
you
yourself
devalue yourself
when you ask a
when you
man
ask
to
a
I
man to
marry
agree.
you.
marry you.
All right, so Baba, do you agree that when you ask a man to marry you, you're devaluing yourself? If you
I
ask a
do
man to
agree
marry you.
because I do agree because what tends to happen is that they lose a bit of respect for you. They're like, "Oh, you're that desperate. You asked me to marry you," and eventually, I feel like it will come up in the marriage as well. When there's issues, he can say, "Well, at the end of the day, I didn't even ask you to marry me. You wanted me so desperately." So yeah,
All right, I would say, to me, I feel like a woman should not ask a man to marry her, because in the Bible it's actually the man who findeth a woman and not the woman who findeth a
that's right.
man. Because if a woman was to propose to a man, it simply means that she's not a head of the family. So the right of the man is being taken away from the man and now has been given to the woman, which I think it shouldn't happen at all, at all, at all. A man should not or disvalue himself and let the woman take the upper hand, if you know what I mean. Because
Yeah.
men always want to be the boss. So if a woman kneels down, it doesn't even sound right, a woman kneeling down.
Yeah, that sort of like took me off my ground, because it's just like the sort of self confidence a man has to say that he is providing for his family.
Yeah.
Because when a man is unable to provide for his family, obviously that's another issue that can affect a man's confidence and affect the whole relationship. So the way he feels like he's being devalued in his home, I'm not saying that that's necessarily all men, but I'm just saying, like, because these days, like, people's mentality is sort of like changing, evolving into different things, but obviously from our upbringing, you know, is very like the man is the head of the house, so the fact that is not able to actually fulfill that purpose,
Yeah.
and the woman supposedly is taking that title in a way that can make that man lose confidence. And this is what, so it's just the other way around. So it's like a woman asking a man like to marry her. You know, it's not like you're asking him out on a date. You're not asking him out on a date. You're asking him to marry you. You know.
Okay, so let me just throw out this question to either you or Baba. Do you think the reason why a woman would even want to go to that extreme is because she has found peace in you and you know that you're not ready, but she wants to secure a relationship with you? So asking you out to marry her would make you consider that, oh my God, this girl is ready.
No, well, it depends on how their relationship is like, what it was founded on. I would say that if the guy is not even ready to settle, I feel like it's all, if he even has something that he feels that he can benefit from her, I feel like it's all gonna just come crumbling down. To be
Okay.
honest, yeah.
So, Baba, what can you say?
Yeah, I agree with that point as well. Because as I said, it'll be like, I use the word desperation because you're
Yeah,
going to come
most
across
of the
as you're
time.
so desperate. You want a man, you just want to get married. Because I watched a movie and there was a lady that thought, I need to get married before I'm 40.
Hmm.
And it nearly backfired on her. Literally, she messed up her life with different kinds of men who come in and deceive her and then get what they want and just leave her. And the person she wanted actually was right in front of her the whole time, and she didn't even notice because she was too busy looking elsewhere.
Okay.
So I think that desperation can cause women to do that, but it's not good to look desperate as well because it devalues you as a woman.
All right. Amazing. Let me throw out this next question. Should a woman keep her option open when dating? So if you have a boyfriend and someone else is interested in you or you're interested in the person, should you keep your option open because you're single? My topics are
Hmm.
hot right
Your topics are scary.
Yeah, that's another one.
should we keep our option open? You're a single lady, or there's no attachment to your relationship. First of all, I know people say that if you're in a relationship, you should be faithful. But there is no attachment. The guy has said, can you be my girlfriend? That's the only thing you've gotten from this guy. Should you now put all your egg in this basket, knowing that something may come up and the guy will say you're not the right person, or you're not the woman for me, I want to move on to my next or victim or whatever, or my next relationship, and you have
Next
invested your
victim.
time like 5 years or 3 years or 2 years with this guy. But the question is, should you as a single lady keep your option open?
I would.
You would. Okay,
Yeah.
Baba, what do you keep your option open if you're single? I know you're married. We're going to throw some marital question to you.
That's fine. That's
But
fine.
if you're single,
You
what do
know,
you keep your option open?
yes, if I was single, I would, because then I would make sure that I don't have intimate relationships with him until it's formal. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because you can't trust men these days. They would profess all their love to you and do whatever you want just to get what they want. So
Yeah.
it's best to keep yourself to yourself, get to know them, and keep your options open because you don't know what their motives are. And above all, pray.
Yes, you have to pray.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, yes. So you said you're going to keep your option open if you were to be you. Why would you keep your option open?
Yeah, because like she said, unless I know that we have actually gotten to that point where I know there's no turning back, you
So
know.
what is that point? How do you know the point where you know that there's no turning back? What is the
Well,
point?
because he's settled and he's actually shown in that he's ready to move on to the next stage.
No, no, please. We need to be clear. What is the next stage? How do you know that
You have
he's
to
ready?
decide. The both of you have to decide that you are not going to be seeing any other persons apart from yourselves. To be
Okay.
honest, it's a decision that the both of you have to like just sit down and actually make. And even before you even get to that point, there are some certain behavior patterns or characters that it would have shown.
All
Or
right, the phone line is ringing. So let's pick up the phone line and we can hear from the guest. Sorry
yeah,
to cut you short, okay?
cool.
Hello, welcome to All Stars Base. I'm your girl Ella Pate. What's your name, please? What's, can we know what your name is, please, if possible? Mr. John, thank you for joining us. We hardly can hear you. Can you be all or louder, please? Can you speak louder if possible?
Okay, that's fine. Just a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So, why is it most of the women, especially in the UK, men will approach them? Listen, I like you. All right? The man might have good intentions. Yeah? But mainly, some ladies will just not wait. They like to give options like try one man, try the other one, try the other one, and yet they already have raised the hope of that guy. They will give that impression as baseline, that maybe she's unfaithful. Oh yes, I go to church, I'm faithful, you the only one I'm talking to. But yet, she might be talking to another person just to give or to try an option. Why things happen like that?
All right, I think that's exactly what we're talking about. The two ladies on the studio right now is saying that they would like to keep the option open because if you know very well that especially guys in the UK, you hardly find any faithful guy in the UK. They're all playing games. Either they don't have papers, they're looking for British paper. Either they don't have accommodation, they're looking for somebody to accommodate them. Either they don't have money in their bank account, they're looking for somebody they can steal from. There must be something. We're not saying that there's no genuine guys who truly want true relationship, but it's the fact that
rare.
so many ladies have gone through a lot that they don't have the patience to go through another heart. So when you have good intention, one, you don't make yourself open to the lady saying, lady, from my heart, this is what I'm looking for. Guys always put you on suspense. They want to sleep with you. Then they will not tell you that, oh, let's see how the future goes. Let's see how we move to the next level. Let's see if we're compatible. Do you understand?
Yeah. And this is the reason why, to be honest with you, I do not entertain, like, from the very beginning. Even if you approach me, you tell me that you really like me, I still have to kind of like test you out, test out your personality to see, how real or how genuine is what you are saying. So I would have conversations with you. I would not even take it to the next step. Like she said, rightly said, most guys, some people are even married and they will pretend to you that they are single. Some people have partners back home in their countries, Nigeria, for example, and they're living single men life in the UK. So there's just so many instances. But what I feel like is important is for a woman or even man, because this happens with, women as well, to men and vice versa. Men to women is all the same. But I'm just saying, generally, you want to kind of study the person and know the person before you can, like, even fully commit to, like, say, I want to take this relationship from just being friends to being your girlfriend, and once you're someone's girlfriend, obviously I don't see any reason for anyone to be leaving options open after that. But
Oh, I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there. The person is still on the phone. I'm so sorry. I disagree. For the fact that I'm called your girlfriend does not guarantee that it will lead us to marriage.
yeah,
That's
agreed.
it.
For the fact that I'm called your girlfriend does not mean that there's a ring in my finger.
I didn't say, but then I don't. That's the thing with things. Yeah, I don't want to date someone. I don't want to date be in a relationship, because for me to even be your girlfriend, that means we're now in a relationship, and I can't be in a relationship and. This is my personal view. I can't be in a relationship and be in a relationship with another man. If I'm in a relationship with one person, then is that time for us to now study, like carry on with what we're doing, and obviously see if we are even going to work out for marriage. If it doesn't work out, better to break up with the person whilst you're still boyfriend and girlfriend than for you to just carry on as normal and then it leads to marriage, and then that's another story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Altogether.
Is that clear enough for you, sir?
Yes, yes, that's fine. But one more thing, yeah? Okay. They also say that men in the UK are not faithful. Well, let me tell you this. Where women they get it wrong, they think that for any
Of
I
course.
will say women in this country, they are the most cunning and worst cheater than men in the UK.
All right.
My contribution.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to continue with that point or after you go off the phone. Thank you so much for calling us. Can I say something? I think people are actually getting this wrong. Yes. Yes. Men in the UK are not, we can never say every man in the UK are not faithful. No. Yeah? It's not possible. We have the good ones. And I can also tell you
Yeah.
that women in the UK as well lie a lot.
Not everyone.
I didn't say everyone. Just the way not all men are liars, not all women
Women
are
are
liars.
true.
He talked about cheating. Yes, men cheat a lot and women also cheat a lot.
But can I
and the
just-
only time a woman will go out and cheat is if you've done something to her. Women don't cheat. It's not in our nature to
Thank
cheat.
you.
At all. The only time a woman will cheat on you is, I'll give you 3 reasons why a woman will cheat. 1, you're not good in bed. If you're not sexually to her level, yeah, and you, as in, even though she's begging you for it, you're not giving it to her, then this woman will be forced to go outside. That's one good reason why a woman will go outside. If she will tell you, please, let's,
She'll start
she will be
fantasizing.
begging you, please,
Yeah,
let's try
about-
something
yeah.
new, and you're saying no to
Yeah,
it, or
that's
you're
true.
saying, but you saw me like this, why did you not complain? So now why you complaining? Those things will lead the woman to cheat. Another reason why a woman will go out and cheat is that she does not find peace in her home. If a woman is not happy at all, see, one thing about women is they will let you know that they're not happy. They want you to fix it. Because every woman wants to be in a relationship. But if that is not happening, then they'll go outside. Women don't cheat because their husband is cheating. In UK, no.
True.
Because they know that when they cheat, you will tell them you don't want them anymore, and you're the one that they love. The person they are going to cheat with does not even want them because it's just cheating.
True.
Papa, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, in my opinion, women cheat out of loneliness because a lot of women, when they get married, the husbands sort of, I don't know what it is about when they hear marriage. The minute that they know that they're married now, it's like they begin to change. They think that, okay, now you have kids, now I have you in my face 24/7. I want something else. Okay, and I'm not saying that every man does that, and I'm not blaming them, but men are created with something called dopamine, which causes them to chase. It's in their nature to chase. It takes maturity and understanding to control that. Okay, so I can confidently say that my husband would not ever, I don't know about you guys, cheat on me, because not because of me, but because he's mature in the spirit and he fears God. So it takes the fear of God to stop a man from cheating.
True.
I totally agree because
Yeah.
yes, it takes the fear of God for a man not to cheat. But I've still seen lots of people in church who has the fear of God. The difference is that this is
You mean religious? You mean
okay, they're
religious,
religious. Okay,
not
they're
people who have
religious.
the fear of God. That's a difference between a man that goes to church and a man that fears God.
All right, let me ask you a question because if you say a man that goes to church and a man that has the fear of God, so a man who is a choir leader, yeah, who is leading the choir mistress, choir members, whatever you call
But
it,
you do know that not
and
just
he's cheating, yeah, because I know I can call 4 guys that I know personally who are
Whoa.
choir leaders, but they have girlfriends outside their marital home. What do they
Yeah,
have?
because they
Spirit
don't have
of
the
God
fear of
or
God
they're
in them.
just church members?
church members.
They are just playing church, my darling.
All right.
Listen, I'm not a saint, okay? Before I got to this level, I didn't have understanding. I wasn't mature, and I used to be in church in the choir. We were messing about, and I can confidently say it. I'm not ashamed to say it because I'm not a saint. But now God, even when I think certain thoughts, I feel uncomfortable. It's like
Yeah.
when you have a relationship with God and a close walk with God,
True.
the things that you do.
Yeah. There's something.
Yeah, there's actually something about this is not a religious show, but just trying to, there's something about the fear of God that actually um refreshes you.
Yeah.
You kind of want to see
Mm,
things differently. You want to do things differently, like little things like spending time with your family, cherishing your wife, taking care of her, just daily things that are like working on your mind and allowing you to see things in unique ways.
True.
That's
mm,
what I feel like B means by the fear of God.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Not just
mm.
like, oh yeah,
Yeah, not
I'm a
fear as
choir
in being
master
afraid,
or
not at all.
pastor of a church and that kind of stuff. Because I know that so
Mm,
many pastors out there, stories and etc, that obviously are pastoring churches, but they are still fornicating
Yeah.
and using women. So I feel like it's way beyond just carrying your Bible or even carrying any other source of religious book and
All
that
right.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Let's get a big scenario here, and I want you guys to be 100% honest and how you think the person should feel. So this is a case study right now. Okay, a 14 years old boy's mother is no longer in the picture. What I mean in the picture is that the mother is not in the life of the child, either is in the life of the ex-husband, and the father
mm.
full attention is now on his new girlfriend, or he's seeing the girl he's seeing right now. His attention is now on the girl. The father has decided to introduce his new girlfriend to his son. Now the question is, what reaction do you think the boy should have, or what do you think is going through the boy's head? Baba, let's start with you.
Wow. Okay, well, first of all, it depends on who the boy is and the circumstances surrounding the breakup as well.
Okay.
Okay, so some children have understanding that mom and dad don't love each other anymore doesn't mean that I don't have parents anymore, or I don't have a mom and I don't have a dad. She may not be with my dad, but she's still my mother. And my father, however, has to move on and can't stay single. Okay, so it's okay for my father to have somebody else. If he has that understanding, I think he'll be fine. But if the circumstances the break are not quite good, if it was of abuse or any other, I'm certain that the boy will have some sort of hatred for the woman.
All right, don't forget that there's a statement there. The full attention is on the girlfriend. There is
Not
no
the boy.
attention given to this boy. So all the attention
Okay.
is for the girlfriend, and the boy is there looking at the father. Where am I now? If you're giving all the attention to this woman, what happens when she comes in? When she becomes my
Okay.
stepmother?
Wow.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
lot of hate in that relationship.
Yes.
I
yeah.
don't believe that he's definitely going to accept that,
No.
unless maybe God touched his heart in some kind of way, and he happens to be a child that has a better understanding to see things from a different perspective and try to gain
But
his father's
that's
love.
right.
Yeah.
He might even start feeling like his father doesn't even love him anymore.
That's the key.
And I
Anymore.
feel that is a very, very dangerous thing, because he would definitely never accept the stepmom, and that would later on cause more friction in the family, especially when the stepmom starts having other children as well.
Okay, can I give a quick scenario?
Mm,
I know of a girl who had the mother. Yeah, at the time, all she had was the mother and the little brother. And a guy came into the picture for the mom. Yeah, and she felt like each time the guy comes in, never pays attention to her, always cares for the mother and will go out with the mother and never show any remorse and love for her. Now, when the guy now proposed to the mother, she did everything possible to scatter that relationship before the man even came into the house. The man did not even see the house.
Wow.
Because she felt that, okay, if this man would not love me now that you're seeing my mom, how would you love me when you're now married to my mom? So she did everything possible to erase that man in the picture. Now, the bad thing about this thing is, children like this do not sit down and consider their mother because they are not in a good mindset. Remember, the boy is 14 years.
Yeah.
He's in a place where he needs to be loved, or he goes into the street. Two things. A 14 years old boy wants parent guardian, or they go into the street. So this is not a time you forget that they exist. This is not the time to put your full attention to a girlfriend. This is the time, even though the girlfriend is coming into the house, make the girlfriend love the child. Can I tell you the secret? Men or women believe that if they want to come into a new relationship that has kids involved, they believe that if they love the man, the children will love them. No, you have to love the children first, because if you can buy the heart,
First.
or
I
if you
agree.
win the heart of the children, you have won the heart of the man. But if you love the man and not love the kids will remove you. Because they want to be loved.
Or vice versa.
So they don't mind you coming into the picture, but it's the fact that you're not showing them any concerns. As if they don't exist. And they feel like, oh, if you're doing this thing to them, what would you do when you're not legally married to their father or their mother?
Which is a very...
It hurts.
It hurts, yeah. It's a hard one. And that's the truth. If you're single mom, single dad, and you are dating someone or you're interested in somebody, I believe that you should try to get your children to know that person, and sort of like try to study, what that relationship is like as well. So not even just the children, and then even that the children can use that opportunity to get to know the person as well. Maybe so spend as much time together as possible, not always like going away, especially when you know the relationship is going somewhere.
Yeah.
Then you definitely want to spend as much time together as a family, so that it's something that they kind of like grow into. Not that, I've been seeing this guy for 2 years and now I want to marry him. Here's your new father. Out of nowhere. Do you get what I mean?
Amazing point. Okay, quick point, or quick another point. Why is it that any woman that has a child, either one or two, has a stigma? The moment a guy comes into her life or his life, both way, if a woman that has a child or a man that has a child and the wife is no longer there, or a woman who is single, each time, but it happens most time with women, each time a man comes in and they know that they have children, they run away. So the moment you say, I have kids,
they're all the wrong ones. They're not the right ones.
Okay, so have you ever seen the right one? A man that was, for example, you have 4 kids.
I've actually met someone that, although is focusing, on his career and doing stuff. And I'm just saying, it's not about the children. It's not because I have children. It's because he has things that he wants to do for himself, and I have things that I want to do for myself. And I feel like until both of us, fate are on the same wavelength, so it's not even, I've even met guys, I'm not being funny, like when I see guys all the time, I don't go and see guys, by the way, but I mean like when guys approach me and tell me, that I like you and stuff like that, and even from the introduction, and they ask me, I've got 3 children.
Simple. Hit it there.
I say it right there. Even I say it to my female friends, I say it to my male friends, I say it to everybody, anybody, you know, I've got 3 children, and they're like, oh wow, okay. So even if you're developing any interest for me, you already know that my children are there. So it's not, you're not developing interest. Maybe you're now developing sexual interest, or you actually are looking for a partner or a relationship, but you will never ever miss the fact that I have 3 children.
Okay, but look at it this way. I have also seen a situation where this particular guy, yeah, knows that you have 3 children, yeah, and because his intention is not clean, he's still coming to your life. Either he will even get you pregnant more, even marry you, and get what he wants and get out.
Yeah, but then are you dating him because you are you know you have 3 children? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Actually, this happened to me. I have a friend, a female friend, yeah, that knows that me and my ex-partner, we didn't work out, and we already have 3 children.
Okay. Wow.
You know, because my children are from the same dad, and it was a relationship of over 16 years. But
That would be the next point.
it was a relationship of over 16 years. We were actually legally married, to be honest, but it was a abusive relationship. I'm not ashamed to talk about it. I feel like people can definitely learn from it, and people tend to term abusive to just something physical, but there is mental abuse, you know,
Mental
emotional
abuse.
abuse, financial abuse, you know.
That's
so
right.
yeah, it was just all in general an abusive relationship. So obviously, that blocks someone from actually growing or progressing, even in character, not to talk about everything else. But what I would say is, this girl, you know, approached me and said, oh, one of my friends likes you. And I actually know the guy. But the guy is someone that even when I was with my ex, I just always say hello and bye. I never really had any negative or any thoughts or any, you know, swearing thoughts in my mind. He approached me. It was like, I mean, he wanted to approach me, but I think my friend at that time said, oh, are you going to approach a married woman? You know, and that, so all this I'm actually just finding out, but that's because I've ended it with my ex. But now all of a sudden I think she must have mentioned to him that I'm single now, you know, so I should be okay and all good and gravy, and stuff like that. But this is somebody that I know that he also has a live-in partner, so they might not be married, but you have a live-in partner and you have 2 children. You know, so I was telling my friend that I would never ever give it a shot, because whether you're legally married or you have a living partner, for me it seems like it's the same, because you know the mindset of the lady is, even because he starts saying things to me like, oh, it's not like that. You know, they have problems. To be honest, he doesn't even want her. He feels like he has made the wrong decision. And he's always wanted to approach me. He's just never found the opportunity. That if he had known that he would have approached me sooner before he got with the lady, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, because all that just sounds like noise to me. You know, and for me, I just said no. The reason I said no was because I felt like putting myself in the woman's shoe, even though you feel like this relationship is not going anywhere, it's not going to work, you are still together because you're living under the same roof. Even when as far as saying that they sleep in separate bedrooms, but that's none of my business, you know. But what I said to my friend was I would just never go there. What she now said to me was what took me aback. She said to me that you're not going to get any better because I have 3 children. That's literally, she was like, oh, you already have 3 children. Do you think you're going to, you know, I said, whether I have 3 children or I don't, like, oh, do you think all these single guys, they're not going to take you seriously? They're not even interested in you because you already have 3 children. This is the kind of guy you should go for. He genuinely likes you.
Wow.
That's what like shocked me. I was like, what? I was like, first of all, I'm not interested. Then every other thing is totally unnecessary. So I didn't really bother like prolonging that conversation. But obviously my mindset is already like set on the fact that, you know, this is not it's not going to work. Yeah.
That's a great input.
Yeah.
Baba, can I throw you a quick question? Should a woman divorce her husband because he cheated? Should a woman divorce her husband because he cheated?
Well, to that, yeah. But if it was me, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't if I know that he's genuinely sorry and he didn't intend to. It was the circumstances that led him to do that. And I would try and sit him down and ask him if I had anything to do with it at all.
Okay,
Because you
can I
know,
pause?
some women get married and then just let go.
Okay.
They don't bother about how they look.
So put yourself in that shoe. If you were to be the one that
Okay.
cheated, should your man divorce you because you cheated?
He has to.
He has what?
He has a right to divorce too, because the Bible says that if someone commits adultery, it's grounds for you to divorce them.
Okay, can I stop you there? So the man can cheat. The man can cheat on you, and you will not divorce him. But when you cheat on him,
I
he
would
can
not.
divorce you.
I would not. But if he wants to, I wouldn't force him to stay.
So why would he divorce you? If you
No,
can
I'm
stay, why
just
can't you
saying.
stay?
I think it's a
Jen,
personal choice.
no, not trying. It's a personal choice. Thank
It's a
you.
personal
I
Christine
wanted
just
to
said
hear
it.
that offer. Yes.
Yeah, it's a
I was
personal
just
choice.
gonna say that it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Let's hear your point.
No, it's true because obviously it's a personal choice. If he feels that he can't take it, you know, it's too much. Maybe every time he touches you, all he thinks about is another man laying hands on you. Then obviously he needs a break. You just gotta let him go and do his stuff. Because if you try to force it from then onwards, it just goes further down the hill. But, and same for the woman as well. She said, you know, if I heard clearly, that she wouldn't do it, but she can if she wanted to. So it's a personal choice.
Oh, okay. Can I just put out my own thought? I feel that we have given men so much right and power to go there and mess up themselves and come back and tell us it's an accident. And we, the woman or women, can never even try that mess in our home and still stay there another week. Now, if a man cheats on you continuously, now if you cheat on me once and you go, I'm sorry, even though you don't tell me, you have peace with yourself. Okay, it's a mistake. I have come to my whatever and I won't do anymore. I don't want to know about it. You have the peace of whatever with yourself. It's fine. But if you continuously do it and I get to know that you're cheating on me, then I stay in that home. Then if it was to be a woman who accidentally was to do that, she gets divorced.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that the Bible says that woman should be humble. Yeah? But why can't a man be humble as well? Because especially
It might not be.
here
It might
in
not
the
be.
UK,
It might not be a thing of pride or ego. I feel like men. It hurts men for some reason more.
to share their woman.
Like not to share their women, but because when a man loves a woman, you know, it feels like he has this sort of ownership. It's not. Do you get what I mean? Like there's something that he can say. This is mine.
Yes.
It's my own. So obviously, you know, someone that if it's more hurting for a man.
How many this
I
is
don't know.
yours? How many this is yours do you want to have? Because a man can have his wife, have his girlfriend that he sees behind the scene,
Yeah.
and has another chiquilo somewhere. Maybe a
Which
young
is
fresh
horrible.
one. Yeah,
It's-
he can
it's
still own
completely
these three
disgusting.
girls and still tell them to their face, "I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Let me give an example. I know a guy when I was back in Nigeria. Yeah, he had a wife who was pregnant for the fourth boy. Now we're not talking about girls. A man can cheat on you because you have girls. That's understandable.
No, it's not. It's
I am
statements,
telling you
statements like that.
No. We all know that men cheat for different reasons. They like okra, they'll go for the seed, they do it all the time. But what I'm saying is this: this woman was pregnant for the fourth boy, but the man was still sleeping with my girlfriend. I had to beg, I had to go to him like, bros, you have four sons. Oh. I didn't want to marry this girl because even though you love her so much that you want to marry her, your sons, all those your boys, they will kick her out. So why? What is? Do you understand where I've come
I
from?
do.
So we give guys the right to mess us up. Look at it this way. I'm sorry, I have to say this because I've been harboring it for a very long time, and I want to break it down. Women has a straight life. You're born, you go to school, yeah, you get married, you give birth. That's your life. That used to be our life. True. When women are not even supposed to work, you're meant to be a housewife. Now look at it. You meet the first guy. Remember they say women should be faithful, no sleeping around, right? You meet the first guy, the guy who is supposed to marry you. You have an affair with him. You've not tested anywhere. You've not dated, nothing. This is your first guy, and you're faithful. He now leads to marriage. But that guy is doing his wrongs because guys are allowed to. What are you understanding my point?
I'm listening.
So if a woman is meant to be faithful in relationship, I also believe that a man should be faithful in relationship. It shouldn't be the thing of a man can go out there, do what they want to do, and any day you try your luck, you get a written letter saying sign it. Because
but do you know there are actually men out there that forgive their partners for cheating, which is funny.
I love those men. Why not? Because everybody make mistake.
Yeah.
A man will come and tell you, I made a mistake, please forgive me. A woman can never say I made a mistake. Why not?
But it's true. It's a known culture because the way our parents and parents before that they've raised us is like, especially in the men's, like men are allowed to do certain things and women aren't allowed to do certain things. But glory to God, we're in a day and age where people can now make their own decisions. So, but obviously these are mindsets that we are still battling, to be honest with you, which is the truth. But like I would say, I actually had made a decision to be happy in my previous relationship, you know, because I did everything. I actually did everything to make sure that I stay happy in it and even like spread that happiness amongst. But it was just like, you know, when you try to be happy, but then someone is just like, no, you can't be happy. No, no, but it's true. It was a disaster. I didn't leave that relationship because it was cheating, because there was so many. I left that relationship because of the abuse. Okay. Yeah. So it wasn't the case of cheating, but it's because yes, we were like, even when I wanted to leave, I had people telling me, "Oh, you already have 3 children. Where do you think you're going? You can't go anywhere." You know, what's gonna take you now and stuff. If I was listening to all those things, I would not have like come out of it, and I would have been stuck being unhappy for the rest of my life, because I was literally battling all sorts of abuse underneath closed doors. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so yeah. So that, yeah.
Okay. Oh, Baba, you there? Let me throw you a question quickly. Is Baba there? Yes, Baba is there. Baba, a quick question.
I'm still here.
You. If you are in a relationship, like you're married woman, you've been with your partner for a very long time, and before you know it, he cultivates this abusive behavior on you, would you tolerate the abuse?
No, I wouldn't. And it depends on what kind of, well, abuse is definitely wrong, okay? If let's say if he was abusing me physically, oh, I would retaliate. It's either he dies or I die.
I can't believe you just said that. She's real. She's
No,
honest.
no,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's true. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't believe in men laying a finger on women.
Yeah.
It's just barbaric and it's cowardly, basically. I don't call you a man if you lift a finger on a woman. You're an
It's
animal.
true. It's
Yeah.
true. I would do the same.
But do you know another thing is like physical abuse is even 10 times more better than when you're being abused emotionally or mentally.
Mentally, yeah. Yeah, because
It's
that
so
could
much
have a
worse.
Can I just
long-term
say something? I'm
effect.
sorry. None
Yeah.
of them is okay. before a guy will get to a place where he will abuse you emotionally and mentally, you have tolerated a lot to get to a place where
It's true.
he starts to work on you. But physical abuse, when a man hits you once, you can even die of it.
It's true.
Yeah, I do.
It's
So I
true.
wouldn't. I don't
It's
want
true.
any. By the time you slap, I'll give it 10 times slap. You won't even want to try it. Because
Yeah.
sometimes men look at the woman, they look at the kind of person they're dealing with. A man cannot slap a woman who is crazy.
That's right.
Because he knows that house will not contain both of you anymore.
Mm-mm.
It's true. And that's why you can see women abuse men who are too quiet, or men beating up
Yeah.
a woman who is too quiet. There must be something in that
I don't
relationship.
even think it's about being too quiet because I have a tendency to be quiet in a relationship, but not quiet in the sense that I hide things. No, I am just more of a listening person. I would listen to what you're saying. I would go away, analyze it,
And process.
even if it's there or maybe later on, depending. I read moods and things that you should really necessarily do in a relationship, because this is why I feel like even before you even get into a relationship in the first place, you need to find your ground. With me, I actually started my relationship like at a young
We
age.
can tell. Don't tell us.
At a young age.
You can tell. It's
Not
just
like
over
no,
your
it was child, young love,
No,
blossom,
when
and
you're
then we
beautiful,
grew,
that's what happens.
we grew up to discover that we probably wanted different things, and
Yeah.
he didn't really want to let go, but I just needed to grow, and he didn't want that.
And I also think that
it was just
that's
clashing.
For those of you who are watching and you're very young, I think it's really not. It doesn't really sound nice or right going into a relationship when you're too young. Because trust me, if that's your first love, the guy is not matured, you're not mature. Maybe the woman
Yeah.
can be more matured than the guy, but
Yeah.
you get to a
Both
place
of you are
where
still growing.
you get to a place where you really want to test the word, and the guy is not what you think he is,
yeah.
or what you aspire a man to be, and you want to go out there and explore. So when you're in the, I can tell you, I know a girl in the UK here who started dating when she was 13. I used to be a youth leader. I used to punish this girl in church. Punish. They refuse to separate, but right now, they are like cat and dog.
There you
They
go.
don't want to separate, but police is always coming into their matter.
I don't want that. Do you get what I mean? Because me, I like my peace, And you had, did you see my post? The post I posted? Yeah. Protect your peace. I love my peace.
Yeah.
And I don't want police on my door. I just want peace of mind. So anything that would sort of encourage that, with like self-love, and then obviously appreciating what's around me, who is around me. If we are going to go into a relationship, but for me to now start like, once a man starts arguing, I'll just be like this.
True. That's how it is.
I cannot.
All right, last point before we sign out. Should a man move into a woman's house when married? So remember, the Bible says,
no.
he that findeth a wife. You guys said you cannot engage a man. Let's be honest.
No.
You said you will not engage a man. Baba said she will not engage a man. So if a man now engages you and get married to you and then move into your house, who is still the head of the home? It's my yard. It's my yard. The
Okay.
bills is still on my head.
Can I just say
Even though
this?
you're contributing.
What if it just made sense? Because I don't feel like that should really change the stature of the relationship.
It should.
The head,
changes everything.
yeah, but no, that's what I had actually even felt before, you know.
No,
And
it changes everything.
because been there, done it, you know.
Listen, darling, you just said to me, I would not engage a man. Because when you
No, but I wouldn't do it now.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. If you say to me that I cannot put a ring in a man's house, in a man's hand, why would you then tell a man to carry his bags, his luggages, and come to my house? That means I'm the one marrying the man.
Yeah, I see
It's
your point.
meant to be the other way around. You leave your mother's house, your father's house, and you go into your
Or you go
husband's
into a
house.
new home.
No, without a new home.
Because
it's
what
your
if the
house.
husband's house is a family house and he has to leave his home and you have to leave?
No. You can't see it that way. Even though he leaves his home and you leave your home, you're married to him. He puts the ring in your hand. He's the head of the home.
So you move
even
into
though you're
his
moving
family.
into
That's right.
a new house. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying even though you're moving into a new house, you're moving into his house
True.
because he's married to you.
Oh, I
You're
see.
now
Yeah.
his responsibility.
I,
But you see, let me tell you, this is why
I
you
like
can
that.
always see London people break up all the time. Any small thing, the woman is calling police. Kick him out of my house. He's looking for my trouble. He's not showing me love. He's shouting.
oh, it's
because
it's
it's a house.
It's the foundation,
Yes.
and that is right. You know, you cannot build a house on water or sand. You
It
know,
doesn't even sound right. That's why I love my African culture. A man marries a woman. He goes to the woman's house, takes his belongings, take the wife, and takes to his home.
but can I just say, you know, like a lot of people come from Nigeria, yeah, or from other countries.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that they come from home, you know, obviously with us within the African culture, just saying, and they move to the western part,
Yeah.
and everything changes. They actually like don't see anything wrong.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Because you see, one thing about us is this here. We want to adapt and we forget our
Culture,
culture. Okay? They say when you go to Rome, you act like a Roman.
honestly.
Yeah? And this is what we Africans do. When we come to Europe, we want to adapt to their culture. In Europe here, women has rights. So because African country, somewhere like Nigeria, women do not have rights in their home. So when you come to Europe and you know that, so come back to give me house, really? And I'm the child of that home, so a man can move into my house, so when the man messes up, I can kick him out, oh, okay.
Abi.
Do you understand? So they want to now pull out those things that they've harbored back in their country. They know that they don't have the right to do. So when they come to Europe and they know that, oh my God, government to give me a house, when my man messes up, I can just go die 999 and they'll come and kick him out. Why would that not
But
be
you
easy?
know, men even still use women for this purpose. Oh, like I know someone that even like was asking me. Oh, I heard that you know, if I like marry someone or if I date a woman, like you know, through her I can get some benefits and some
saying
freebies
the
through
same
the
thing.
government. You know, so it's not just the woman feeling like, oh, I'm the owner of the house. It's also the man feeling like,
That's
yeah,
because-
free money,
No,
bring
because
it.
that's why I said that men uses women a lot. So we have learned from it. Let's hear from Baba. So it won't be that Baba just listen and not contributing.
Yes,
Baba,
please.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I was actually laughing at what you were discussing. It's so true. Some men tend to think, okay, yay, freebies. Okay, even if I don't work, they're going to give some benefits to my wife. They're going to give some benefits to the kids, and I could just sit at home and watch TV. So some men actually see it as an advantage, and some as well. In Africa, where we're from, women tend to be a lot. We usually feel as if we have no power, we have no rights, whatever the man says. Okay, so that's why when they come here and they realize that, wow, I have so much power, it gets to their head.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's a mental thing. People don't realize that it's a mental thing, you understand? That it's a sweat themselves. Okay, fine, I have the power. So if you mess up, you're out.
You see, that,
You
that's
see,
the
so it
truth.
all depends on who the woman is and what background she's from and what she's grown up seeing. Because a lot of African men tend to be chauvinistic, excuse me to say, but they a lot of them like are control freaks. It's either you do what I want or the highway,
Yeah, and
and
that's
that's
true.
where the start of abuse comes.
Yeah,
You know, they start abusing you mentally, making you
yeah,
feel like you're not anymore. Will tell you things like, "Oh, you're going so fat." As to you, whatever you feed the mind, the body accepts, and then you let go of yourself and you lose yourself, and then it turns into domestic physical abuse as well. So it starts mentally, then eventually leads to physical, and then if you care's not taken, you could die in it as well.
that's true. And even if, like, I was gonna say that with the whole woman thing, like, oh, if you, it's either my way or the highway. They feel like if you don't do what I want, somebody else will. And it's because a lot of women, even based in the UK, are so open to this thing. You know, they encourage it and they just feel like, so like, you have to like be pretty strong in your ground. Otherwise, you will be shaking because you'll be thinking, oh my God, another girl out there is going to get my man and all that stuff. And then you all of a sudden, you know, without even realizing, you know, start succumbing to his wants and his needs, you know. And it's all because it's now even general. It's like, oh, if you don't accept me, he's still single, even though he has 3 kids. He's still single. He can go and get any girl out there. And even before he even leaves you, he's already had like 4 or 5 girls with their doors open for
That's
him.
right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Nice point. Let's do the last point before we sign up because we've actually exceeded our limit now. Last point. Would you, Baba, would you, again, would you be with a guy who is not financially supporting you at all, but is still maltreating you? Would you
Hell
be
no!
with a guy who is not supporting you at all,
No.
but is still maltreating you?
No.
No.
No
No.
way.
No. Full stop. There's no comma, but, in,
That's, yep,
no.
just no way,
No,
no
I
how,
would not.
open.
Plus, you're not even like, it's not even. You're not why are you not financially stable? What exactly is going on in your mind?
So if you're in a particular age, for example, you're in your late 40s or early 50s, and you're with a man, your husband or your boyfriend or your, you know, in London here we have lots of partners. He's your partner, and you guys have been partnering for God knows when, and he's still abusing you. Like he will
No,
always
forget
hold
that.
you down. Not when I mean abuse, it's not physical abuse, but he makes you feel like
I know what you mean. I'm
I
saying
can
no.
get any woman anytime.
No, I'm
let's
saying,
go.
like,
No.
there's a lot of girls, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of women out there, because we're based in the UK, that will take him. But it's a no from me. No, it's a no-go area because, you know, that means is a user, is a manipulator,
Yes, it is.
you know, is just a no-no. Because what he's going to do is going to take out all his aggression of, I don't have a job, I don't have anything doing, I don't even have an ambition. And it's going to take all of it out on you, literally. So,
All right,
no.
amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today for the All Stars Base with Moa and Apati, the Korean Princess. I want to say thank you to you for joining me. And Baba, thank you so much for joining us. It's been hard. I think it must be hard holding your hand like this still for 1 hour plus. You have to just there like that. Thank you so much. We're going to catch you up next week. Christina, thank you so much. Did you enjoy the show?
It's a wonderful show.
Would you like to come back next week?
Yeah.
Yes, now, especially with your next lineup. I'm looking forward to it.
The lineup is hot.
The lineup is hot for next week, so hold tight.
All right, guys. So if you are in any abusive relationship, please Run away. There is no need for you to be in a relationship that's not fetching you no happiness. Remember, happiness comes from within. You are your happiness. Nobody can give you happiness. Happiness can be found within you. Again, you're watching All Stars Base with your girl Ella Petit, the Aquarian Princess. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who watched the show today. God bless you, love you from moi to you. See you next Tuesday. Did I say Tuesday? See you next Friday, same time, same place. Love you guys. Sign out.
Alright, alright.